Welcome back to Let's Replay Neverwinter Nights 2 original campaign. This is Big Los, and we're in the Maiden's Glade.
I am listening.
I've decided to give Elanee the Astral Blade +1, because it's just way better than the sickle. This does 1d8 damage, plus 1d4. I mean, Kelgar really isn't going to be hurting too bad by switching to his Dwarven War Axe, which does 1d10 damage. So, better just to have her with the stronger weapon. I also decided to put regular mage armor on her because her AC was a lot worse than Nishka's.
How can I help?
Which right now is just 18, so that's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad.
Yes.
Alright, so let's put shield on.
Yes.
Now, for some reason, I've been having trouble putting stuff into these slots for Elanee. Slots 3 and 4. I don't know why. It's some type of bug. Maybe it's just for this area. But I'm not sure.
I will lead now. Follow.
Alright. Now, as I mentioned before, I don't use Google Plus and I refuse to use it. So if anybody makes a comment on my videos, there's no way I'm gonna know that you made a comment. And there's no way that I'll be able to reply to your comment. That's just the way it is until, you know, there's enough backlash where they change it back or whatever. But as of this point, you could still send me a private message if you have a question or something. That way I'll know, you know, that you have commented or you're trying to get in contact with me or something. But if you leave a comment on my videos, I won't even know it's there. Because I don't use Google+. Screw that. Shouldn't have to be forced to use a social network just to have a video site. Also, I wanted to add that if Google is unsuccessful in getting people to use its social network, and it finally says, okay, in order to upload videos, you have to be a member of Google+. That'll be it for this channel. And then I'll have to switch to some other video site like Daily Motion or something like that. But until that time, I guess I'll still post videos on YouTube, but I won't be able to comment or reply to comments. So, that just sucks.
I am listening.
But we're just little people. You know, what do we count for anything, huh? So if we turn on track, we have 4 enemies up here.
Yes.
So it's good to know in advance that we have some enemies. And there's one right now.
I am your death.
Oh, that sounded like the last bolt. It's a good thing I have 2 extra quivers. Alright, everybody, go do your thing. Run. Alright. You should go into stealth mode so you can sneak attack these things.
No chance.
Alright. I don't think anybody took any damage there.
You have need of me?
Yes.
Any more that we should know about? Oh yeah, there's still more. I guess those just spawned. That's right, they're those boars.
You have need of me?
Yes.
It's too bad I sold my longbow that I had earlier, the extra one. I could have given it to Elanee. Didn't think about that. Let's just roast these boars. Just block, you guys, will you?
Of course.
Press the attack, quickly!
Well, we're able to kill one of them, kind of damage another one. There goes another one. Oh, Elanee.
Take that!
What, there's more? There are more.
Of course.
However, we're not going to go over there.
Well,
Stop it.
look who showed up.
On your guard. Foes approach.
Just checking to see if there's anything over here. Doesn't look like they're guarding any treasure. Alright, we should have a cutscene up here.
These wolves. They were slaughtered, and not for food, but out of bloodlust. Is this why the animals attacked us? Whatever is wrong must be here in the glade. I had thought the Circle of the Mare would be aware of any disturbance here. But now it seems the task must fall to us.
Why? Let's just go. I'm done stopping through these groves and animals, and letting her pick the trail.
We don't have time for this.
Agreed. We've saved a day. But let's not waste it digging through the brush for some wolf-killing thing.
Very well. I expected little more from a harborman. The path to Highcliff lies to the north and west, and is not far.
Okay, so we did gain some influence with Nishka, but lost it with Elanee. By the way, we still have to talk with her. That was a good hit. You take care of
Nature
that
will
wolf.
have its say!
Nice.
Take that! Press the attack. Quick! Take that!
Okay. The animal companion got the kill that time. That's right, these dire badgers can go into rages. So, like Elanee said, if we keep going this way, that's to the exit. However, I'm always one for gaining more XP, so we're going to go this way. And there's a huge enraged bear over here, and this is why I've saved my spells. Let's see, let's, I guess, launch a fireball at it. Alright. And here it comes.
Nature will have its say!
Stay back, everybody.
By tears right buttock.
I don't know if it worked or
To the
not.
abyss with you.
Alright, let's hit it with some scorching rays. We'll have you get some sneak attacks over here. What, no sneak attacks?
Elanee, you are here.
Kaliel?
I came here. Came to try and find you, Elanee. To try and escape the mare. To seek refuge here.
The mare? What is wrong?
The mare. It speaks with different voice now. Its waters, once clear to the circle, are now dark and run deep. So deep.
What do you mean? Where are the others? The rest of the circle?
Vashni and the others. They are lost. Only you remain. I thought I could find you, or Nevan, but what claims the mare overtook me, clouded my vision with shadows and blood, trapped me in this form. Do not return to the mare, Elanee. Do not, or you shall fall to its corruption, as I did.
Kaliel, he's dead. It was he that caused such unrest here, and why the animals attacked us.
You mentioned something about a circle?
Yes, the Circle of the Mare. I have been away for some time. Kaliel and I were part of the Circle of Merdelain, the Mare of Dead Men. If the Elders, if Vashni is lost, and Nevan is lost, I have been away too long. But this would explain why I could not feel the circle any longer. And as for the land... But we should press on. I promise to lead you to Highcliff and to safety. And so far this path has proved longer than I wished. Farewell, Kaliel. May you rest, and may the Glade become peaceful again.
Okay, so we got 200 XP for saving Kaliel from his madness. And doesn't look like he's guarding anything here. So, let's have a rest, and then we'll have a brief chat with Elanee.
Our companion Kelgar mentioned West Harbor to me. I heard what happened there. To your friends, the other villagers. The attack by those creatures that forced you to leave.
They all had it coming. Our militia is a joke. If I hadn't been there, they would have all been wiped out.
Still, to leave your home. I sometimes forget the attachments one can put to a place. With my kind, especially those that listen to nature, there is no one place that we call home. Everywhere we go throughout the land is comforting, with its own sounds and life.
Sounds like you're not one to tie yourself down.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. The mare drew me more than any other place, so I did not travel much beyond its edges. We deal with few outside of our own circle. I have not seen my own kind in many years, and I spoke with the circle only rarely. But surely we were not here to discuss how I feel about things. Was there something you needed?
Never mind, I had other questions for you.
What did you wish to know?
Who are you?
I have little use for titles or names. Such things speak of the ways of cities and walls. But if you are in need of such, then you may call me Elanee, once of the mare where dead men rest, now no more.
No more?
The dead walk again in the marsh, and strange creatures prowl the edges of the mare. There were only a few signs at first. Then they grew. Animals began to vanish and die, to be lost in the depths of the mare. The lizard men fled from their homes across the swamps, driving ever deeper into the territory of men. And more terribly, the land itself has started to fall silent, and to bleed.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
How long have you been following me?
I have followed you since you left West Harbor, your village that borders the mare. And I followed you as you explored the ruins that lie outside your village. It is an ancient place, older than the mare itself. It is not a place where even the circle were willing to tread. It's difficult to hear the mare there, so we avoid it unless necessary.
Were you responsible for the badger and for rooting my enemies in place on the road? What badger?
I was the one who sent the animals of the forest to your aid, though there are fewer of them to answer my call than in days past. And yes, I summoned nature to aid you when the second group attacked.
Why were you following me?
It is not something I can explain, but I feel these creatures pursue you for a reason. Where you walk, so do they. You are either a threat or prey to them, and I must discover which.
And why is this important to you?
These creatures that hound you are responsible for other crimes. Much rides on this, both from the past and the present.
Why did you wait for so long before revealing yourself?
I was uncertain of your goals and your intentions, and whether you were some ally of these creatures. Only during the later stages of the attack did I feel compelled to intervene. It is always in our nature to watch, to observe. To act is at times difficult.
Our nature? Are there more of you? Yeah, I think she did mention that.
It is not something I wish to discuss. Let us leave it for another time. If there is something else you wish to ask, then do so. But there are some things which shall remain mine and mine alone.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
Can you tell me of the Mare of Dead Men?
The Mare is no longer a place I know well, and where it once teemed with life, now it has fallen silent. Something stirs there, but I know not what.
You sound frightened.
It was not always the case. I have spent many years in its depths, learning its ways. And there was much to learn, always.
Can you tell me more about it?
It's a tale for another time, and there are more pressing concerns. Perhaps in time we may discuss it further.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
You seem to know a lot about the Mare of Dead Men.
Do you think this is the first lifetime I have spent in the mists of Merdelain? My life in the Mare dates back several lifetimes. Many of my ancestors lie beneath its waters. And my ancestors were there when Merdelain gained its human name, before there were even such tiny settlements as West Harbor and Redfallow's Watch.
Redfallow's Watch?
The name means nothing to you, does it? Of course not. The Mare claimed it over 50 years ago in its slow march across the land, and before that was the event where it gained its human name.
Its human name?
My people once called the Mare Merdelain, the slow tide or slow marching court, in the times before the wars of men gave it a new name, before humans settled on its shores. And those settlements are mostly gone now, their manors and castles now ruins, desperately reaching their hands above the water. It is for all who dwell within cities that the land will take again what was taken from it, whether cut stone, carved wood, or fields sliced by the plow.
You said this wasn't your first lifetime in the Mare of Dead Men.
No, for my father perished there in the fog, slain by orc soldiers from the mountains. It is his life that I speak of when I say lifetimes. On the year the swamp gained its new name, there was a great battle fought miles within its borders. Orcs spilling from the mountains drove humans, dwarves, and my people into the swamps, where they were surrounded, and cut down in the fog, trapped in mud where the footings of the orcs proved truer. But there were no need for graves. Their corpses were all embraced and dragged down, and what dead lay upon the surface were taken by the others who dwelled in the swamp. And so, even in the fog, the ghosts still whisper and weep of lost Merdelain, the song taken up by countless elven widows that cry across its shores. And always, the Mare seeks more dead to draw them down into its waters, down amongst the dead ones.
What happened then?
I was orphaned from that battle when the first of the circle found me wailing in the mist, in those very ruins you traveled to outside of West Harbor. They gathered me up and I made no sound, and they took me into the heart of the Mare to show me its secret ways, and there was always much to learn. In time, though I knew only some of its ways, I became accepted into the circle, and accepted by the Mare as well. It was only the last test that I failed.
What last test?
Perhaps we shall speak of it another time, but not now.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
So we need to gain influence before she'll tell us that last test. If you know about a presence in the Mare, can you guide us to it?
The Mare is no longer a place I know well. Something has built a black wall, something beyond which none of the circle could pass, even with the secret ways. All it touches dies, and it is slowly growing, advancing from the heart of the Mare and driving life before it. And without life, without the land to aid us, one without the means to cross that wall is threatened to be consumed by it.
Can you tell me more of this barrier?
Such things are not born of the land. It is a blight, a presence from somewhere else that strikes at Faerun. Perhaps only by reaching beyond the land, into the libraries and tomes written on the skin of the trees and beasts, can such mysteries be made clear.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
Have you heard the word Kalakcha before?
It is not a dwarvish or elvish word, but I have heard some of the creatures who pursue you speak that phrase, like a title or a curse.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
Do you have any skills that could help us?
There is much of the wild and the land that I know, and as I speak their language, it hears me and it will answer. If you need to speak to the beasts and those who dwell in the land, I can help you do this. There is much they see and know that those blinded to the lands do not see. Sometimes I can shed my skin for a while, take on the form of another of the land's dwellers. There is no magic in it, just the ability to relax the mind. I am still learning its ways, but they will come to me in time.
Elanee, upon reaching 5th level, can begin to take the shape of other animals and beasts. Okay, so she can already do that. And it doesn't pause for these things. It also says that she can speak to animals. So, if we're ever in that situation where we need to speak to an animal, she'll be the one to do it. Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
Do you know anything about the lizard folk from the mare?
Some of the lizard men of the mare are trained in listening to the land, but some merely prey on others, and their ears are filled only by the running of prey in the swamp, rather than the swamp itself. Many of those who listen are now gone. Entire tribes who have vanished. Their absence is causing an imbalance that is swinging more and more out of control as the remaining tribes fight for dominance, or flee the mare.
Flee?
Yes. Many lizardman tribes are being driven from the mare into the lands of men, and the war is spreading, weakening the lands surrounding the mare.
Okay, more questions.
What did you wish to know?
And we can flirt with Elanee. And let's try this first one. Touch her cheek. And nothing happens. Okay. Let's see if we can ask Nishka about Elanee.
What's going on?
And then we'll flirt with her too. Wanted to ask you about some of our companions.
Yeah? Which one of the marks you wanted to know about? Not the barrel-head dwarf, is it?
Actually, I meant Elanee.
The tree worshipper? What about her? If you're asking if she has any money or valuables, then no. I already checked.
I was more interested in what you thought of her. Don't do that again.
I don't know. She's got pointy ears, but doesn't smell of the lower planes, so she's probably not a tiefling. And she's too tall to be a halfling, and too thin. Plus, she hangs out with animals, so she's an elf. What do you expect me to say? She's one of those nature priests. Worship trees and the land, don't like cities, so don't have much traffic with her kind.
Okay, more questions.
Questions. Go ahead. I'm all horns.
Alright, flirt. Let's smile at her. What? Do I have leaves stuck to my horns again? I swear this druid enchants them or something. Don't you dare make up lies about me. I would never use my gift to... That's too bad. So, are there any leaves or what? You're a sight for sore eyes. Oh, me? Well, alright, I'll let you live, I suppose. She beams, though. Let's try another one.
What's going on?
Okay. So we winked at her, we smiled at her, we pulled her tail. I love your eyes, Nishka. So unusual. They're like two rubies that are lit from within. Nishka steps closer and whispers, "Watch it. People might think you actually like me." And she winks. Yeah, I can see why somebody could get that impression. However, did they have to give you a voice actor with such an annoying voice? I guess they did. Too bad we can't do that with Quora. Anyways, let's make our way to Highcliff now. We've done all that we can here, and I don't think we'll be coming back. Okay. Actually, we do have the option of coming back, but I don't really see any point to it. And I think, like Elanee said, we won't be able to do it without her in a party anyway.
You're risking your entire ship by going out there, Captain. Ignore me if you will, but at least listen to your own men.
We're leaving port right now. Nothing's stopping this shipment to Neverwinter, especially not a pack of lizard folk. What are you lot just standing there for? Bring up the sails! Man the oars!
The fool is risking a ship worth 10 times the cargo he's carrying. And for what? For the sake of a few extra gold for an early delivery.
You sound exactly like Tarmus. I wonder if I said that before. Why do you care? It's his loss.
I'm responsible for making sure ships get in and out of this harbor safely. Every ship that sinks hurts my reputation, my fault or not.
Why are you so certain his ship will sink?
Lizard folk have been sabotaging anything floating that comes into or out of Highcliff. The Double Eagle over there has already had to be repaired 3 times. The good captain is a fool to think he can sail out without drawing the attention of the lizards.
Harbor Master! Out there! Looks like the lizard folk have themselves another victim!
And I think we've all learned a lesson here. If I say it's too dangerous to sail, it's too dangerous to sail. All right, lads, see what we can do to help those sailors. Let's just hope the lizard folk let them swim ashore. Sorry, but I've got my hands full here. Some of the other sailors should be able to fill you in.
Alright. So, we're not going to be leaving on a boat anytime soon, and that's the only way we're going to be able to get to Neverwinter.
Yes.
We're going to need you to do sleight of hand. Ah, we rolled a 4. Alright, let's try talking to him.
Yes.
Sorry, no time to talk. It's still chaos here.
Yes.
Try again. Alright. Stole 23 gold, so Harbor Master has gold on him. I'm pretty sure another one of these sailors has gold on them too. Nothing.
You have need of me?
I wish the Elder would let us look for the lizard folk. The port's been shut down for too long already.
Everybody, follow me!
Try this one. Failure.
Yes.
Greetings to you.
What do you want now? Well, whatever's in your pocket, of course.
Yes.
Ah, but we can't roll higher than an 8. Nothing.
Yes.
Greetings to you.
That's the 4th ship sunk. Oh, that's the 4th ship the lizard folk have sunk. Whoops.
How can I help?
That's what I wanted. Failure.
I will lead
Greetings
now.
to you.
Follow.
Cough, cough. He still has water in his lungs. Alright, we've tarried here for a little bit too long. Grishnak. This guy's a half-orc. Let's talk to him. You're a strange-looking group. What do you want? Says the half-orc pirate. You got a mouth on you. I like that, so long as you don't get into insulting no one. So what do you want? We're looking for a ship that'll take us to Neverwinter. You and half the town. You ain't heard then. No ships to Neverwinter Hills. No ships in or out of Highcliff till they put a stop to the lizard folks and their sabotaging. I'm just standing and watch while the men try to repair the Double Eagle. Again. We tossed nets down into the water last time, hoping to catch us some of the lizards. It didn't work. Those lizards just cut their way through the nets and damaged the ship anyhow. Clever beasties, I'll give them that. So everyone's just stuck here. Pretty much, unless you're one of them crazies who will actually try to get anywhere on foot. Roads just aren't safe nowadays. Makes me glad I'm a sailor. Where are the lizard folk coming from? No one knows. The village elder's been poking around and our captain's been digging up rumors all over at the inn. Nothing as of yet, though. Plus, people are nervous because one of the villagers went missing last night. All sorts of rumors flying around and undead and other nonsense. Things are just a big old mess right now. Hey, I'll pay well. I really need to get to Neverwinter. You don't listen so good, do you? No ships in or out of Highcliff. Not that there's any that can do more than float right now. You're just gonna have to get used to being stuck here with the rest of us. Besides, it won't be my decision anyhow. You gotta talk to the captain if you want passage on the Double Eagle. I'll be going now. Okay, so we gotta find the captain. Now, if I recall, there was a crate here that we could loot. But maybe I'm wrong. I think I am wrong. Nothing back here? I guess not. Okay. Well, let's work our way back then. We gotta go all the way up these stairs. Seems quite a long trek up some stairs if you got a lot of cargo to bring from the port to the town. So here we are. This is the town of Highcliff. Don't know why the captain has me loading cargo. It's not like we're going anywhere. Alright, we have a group of sailors out here. And we're going to have an encounter right now. Oh, now what's all this? Traveling circus? Easy, one of them's a harborman. Harborman? Like I care what a swamp farmer can do. Seems to me there's the makings of a joke in your four. A dwarf, tree worshipper, demon, and a swamp-smelling harborman walk into a tavern. Well, now, we may have walked in, but seems to me someone's about to go flying out. Seems to me these men are in a bad need of a lesson. And that gives us 2 points of influence with Kelgar. Now we're talking my language. Come on, let's see how these fools like taking an early nap. And we lose a point of influence with Elanee. There's no reason to fight. This is ridiculous. Too late now. We made the mistake of letting Kelgar open his mouth. Come on, let's get this trouble over with. How often does this happen? Trust me, things were slowing down a bit before we came here. Now it's about back to normal.
Nothing gets away!
Alright, let's figure out how to kill them all. That should do it. If that doesn't put my party to sleep.
Intimidation.
Take that! Nothing walks away!
Oh, there goes Nishka. She's asleep. We can coup de grace this one.
Take that!
Coup de grace. Now then, that was a fine bit of sport, wasn't it? Taught them not to cross us again. To watch their mouths next time. Of course it did. We make a good fighting team. We didn't need to fight, Kelgar. Next time, rein it in. It's hard to steal from someone when they think you're going to attack them. If we're done making more enemies, let's move on. Moving on is a sound plan. Fine. I say we try and find another tavern. There's bound to be more drunks needing a punch or two. And I think we're right next to one, actually. And here's Captain Flynn. If you don't mind, I'm trying to drown my sorrows here. Are you the captain of the Double Eagle? Captain of a ship that can't sail, that's me. Here to rub salt in my wounds, are you? My father, Dagon, said you could help me get to Neverwinter. Dagon, eh? Still playing farmer in that swamp village, is he? I'd be happy to grant you passage, but as you can see, we're all stuck here for now. No ships in or out of Highcliff on account of the attacks, which means I've got a shipload of cargo rotting at the docks until this mess is sorted out. And let me tell you, there's merchants in Neverwinter who will have me hanging from the gallows if I can't get my cargo there, and soon. How do you know my father? Dagon and I adventured together for a while. You know, crawling around in dark tunnels, getting clawed and bitten just for a bit of gold. He was good to have around, kept calm under the worst conditions, and always had your back in a fight. Thing is, we both got tired of being punctured by nasties trying to keep us out of their lairs. I had enough gold saved up and got into the shipping business. Sounds like my father led an exciting life. Sure, I feel like getting poked, stabbed, and shot at. I've had my fill of running for my life. Now I get stuck in a village like everyone else. Who's responsible for the attacks? Lizard folk. What in the hell's they're doing this far north is beyond me, but they're certainly causing enough trouble. No one's got the nerve to go after them, though. Can't say I blame them either. Can't you just repair your ship and leave? I've already repaired it twice, each time some lizard folk punches another hole in the hull without so much as a sound. I've got guards posted on watch all day and night, and it still keeps happening. Even tried nets. Who knows walking lizards hated ships so much? Any idea where the lizard folk are coming from? I don't know. If I did, you could bet I'd be telling the village elder to go after them. The old man doesn't want to risk the villagers, though, so here I am, still. Is there anything I could do to convince you to leave earlier? What part of no ships in or out don't you understand? You're stuck here with the rest of us until someone can put a stop to those lizards. Dagon's ward or no, I'm not about to risk my ship and men trying to slip past the lizards. There must be a way to prevent the attacks. Maybe if we had one of those many-starred cloak mages from Neverwinter. As it is, we're just a bunch of farmers and sailors who can't breathe in water. Maybe the lizards will get tired of messing around with this village and move on. In the meantime, you should try the local brew. Terrible stuff, but it gets the job done. Is there anyone else I could speak with about this? I don't know. Try the village elder if you want to ask someone. He won't be much help. At least he wasn't much help to me. But who knows? Maybe you can pry something out of him. After all, you got me talking, and I'm really not in the mood for chatting. Why are you drinking so much? What would you do if you're about to lose thousands of gold in cargo? I wouldn't know. I've never been in a position to lose that much money. Hope you never do. It's depressing. Makes you want to become a farmer. I tell you that nothing is worse than wishing you were a farmer. Maybe you better shut your mouth before I break your jaw. Eh? Oh, wait. I can smell the swamp on you from West Harbor, are you? I thought I recognized that smell. It's like peat moss on your clothes. I hate to tell you, but he's right. We're going to have to do something about that odor of yours. I'm surprised you could smell anything, Kelgar, your breath being what it is. I think peat moss smells nice. Sure beats the inside of a village tavern. Where'd you get this bunch? Don't often see a tiefling and dwarf together. And with a wood elf, too. Takes all kinds, I guess. And I guess we can go through the dialogue tree again if we really wanted to. Are you the captain of the Double Eagle? Captain of a ship that can't sail. Sounds like you had quite a bit to drink. How about if we say, I'm a farmer? Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, farewell. And over here is Idario. Idario sells armor. Well met. I'm Idario. If you need armor, please let me know. I'm the only armorer in Highcliff, so you'll be needing anything. There's nowhere else to go. You don't sound too happy about that. Isn't lack of competition a good thing? I guess, but there really isn't much call for my work in a small town like this. Why don't you go to a bigger city then? I need someone to work for first. In a big city, it would be hard to compete with all the other armorers who have steady customers. I like to see your wares. Alright. Goblin Shield of Nulbish. So this is a +1 tower shield. It gives you +3 versus goblinoids. So that would be goblins, bugbears, and hobgoblins. And it also gives you dark vision. Well, we don't have any fighters except for Kelgar, and he already has dark vision. And he already has a decent shield as it is.
Everyone, follow me!
What about you? You're not even wearing anything. You need something. So your dex is a +3. What does a breastplate do? It's 5 with a max dex of 3. It's +1. I want to check your feats. Weapon proficiency druid. I know in regular D&D, a druid can't wear armor made of metal, but I don't think that applies in this game. You could wear like wood armor or hide armor or padded armor. No metal. But like I said, I don't think it applies. Otherwise, you can't cast any of your spells. That one's 3 and 4. No thanks. We'll take the breastplate +1. Okay, so your AC is now a 19, which is respectable. Anything else here? I mean, we could buy a helmet that'll increase concentration by 1. And true to his word, he doesn't sell anything else except for maybe crafting materials. Coins of life are always useful. Yeah, healer's kits are always useful too. By the way, what is your heal skill? 3, so it's not great.
Yes.
Yours is a 9, which is a lot better. Let's take all the healer's kits we can. Okay. So we could take all this mithril and make something, make like armor that's out of mithril. However, like I said, we haven't been investing into craft anything, really. Mithril is really only good for armor. I wouldn't say it's that great for weapons. Alright. There's another guy over here who sells stuff. Branson Marlick. Welcome to Branson's. If you thought you'd shopped at the best, you haven't been to Branson's yet. My apologies. I'm just trying out a new slogan. What do you think? That was awful. Well, maybe a little honesty is what I needed to hear. I suppose I better keep working on it then. It seems Highcliff has become quite a hub of activity ever since patrols along the high road became scarce. It's a good time for business, I tell you. You'll find that I have a pretty nice stock of goods here. With all the travelers coming in, I managed to get my hands on some real bargains. Is there another way to Neverwinter besides by ship? Sure, if you got a small army with you. Until they get more patrols on the roads, the ship is your best bet right now. Which doesn't really help you since all ships are grounded for the time being. Why are the ships grounded? Well, I'm sure you've heard about the attacks on our ships. No one can travel north unless they're willing to risk the high road, and that's out of the question. Then that William fellow disappears up at the old castle ruins, and of course people keep whispering about ghosts and other strangeness during the evenings. And what do you think about all this? To be honest, I think the attacks on our ships are just a prank that's gotten out of hand. And of course, people are going to see strange figures lurking around in the dark of night. We've got a bunch of sailors stranded here, usually drunk. What do you have for sale? Ah, you won't be disappointed. Have a look for yourself. Mage's Skullcap. Concentration +2. No thanks. I will keep the Headband of Intellect. Now we're talking. Bolt of Fire. We'll equip that when we're in a sticky situation. We also have access to +2 weapons here, like a +2 Dwarven War Axe. Some other good weapons too. I guess we'll buy the +1 bolts. We'll equip those right now. Arrow +1. We should probably give that to somebody. Poison arrows, piercing arrows, those are good. Fortunately, we can't afford them. Looks like he doesn't sell any bows. I was going to give one to Elanee. Ring of Protection +1 is pretty good. Lesser Amulet of Health makes you immune to these things. Quite expensive, though. And he sells a bunch of traps. Recipes. Crafting supplies.
Everybody, follow me!
See if you can steal something from him, will you? I know we could steal more than just gold from him. If we really wanted to make some money, we could just do this all day. Between him and Idario. Actually, I think it's Idario who has something that's more than gold. Let's go check. Okay, we got some armor. We got studded leather +1. Which is what Nishka's wearing. Well, it's a good thing I didn't buy it. Alright, let's try it again. You know what we should do? We should equip this armor and then sell the armor that Nishka's wearing, just to get some extra money. Alright, we're gonna equip that. Yeah, I'd like to see your wares.
Everybody, follow me!
Okay, so we're gonna get 366 gold for that. We're gonna get nothing for this because it's a stolen item and he's not a fence. So stealing that armor was basically the same as getting 366 gold pieces. Alright. So I guess we'll explore the rest of Highcliff in the next episode, and then we'll see if we
You have
can't
need of me?
solve the mystery of the lizard folk attacking all the shipping here. Maybe we can stop it, and then finally get to Neverwinter. Will we be able to? Find out next time. This is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Y para siempre. Tengo un buen día.